Hey guys, it's Jake Mace, the vegan athlete, and I have a confession to make. Every summer since I've started gardening, pretty much every summer, I cannot keep my raised bed or in-ground garden alive in July and August. And so every summer I try to grow crops that will stay alive and keep me having a nice green oasis, but every summer I fail, and this summer 2017 is the same. It's just very hard to grow a thriving garden in Phoenix in July and August. And it gives me some solace to know that whenever I go to any of the farmers markets around town, the pickings are slim, even for the professional farmers who are growing 100% for their livelihood. July and August, they don't have many crops, and then everybody tends to grow their fall garden starting about now, the end of August, early September, with the monsoon rains. As the monsoon rains come in, people plant new crops that grow all fall, and we can grow a thriving garden over the winter time here in Phoenix, which is kind of unusual compared to other parts of the country. So this episode today of my garden is brought to you by Seed Bank Box. I'm gonna plant out the July and the August Seed Bank Box for you guys. I'm so excited for those of you who are already members of Seed Bank Box because you guys have your seeds. And the September Seed Bank Box is coming out in about a week or so. I can't wait to show you guys what seeds are in the September box. But as you can see, my garden behind me is in August mode. The raised beds, the soil is still great. I've been watering the soil just once a day for like 5-10 minutes to keep the microbes going. I do have some plants like capers and my tree collards that have made it through the summer. A couple of sweet potato vines and dinosaur kale have made it through the summer. But I'm gonna take these beds right here, clean them up in front of you guys right now, and then plant out the July and August Seed Bank Box on camera with you. The reason why that July was just a Seed Bank Box opening is because I couldn't plant those seeds in July. They have to be planted now with the monsoon rains, and I mentioned that in the video. So right now we're gonna cut to a time lapse. I'm gonna clean all this crap up. I'll come back to you guys to show you guys how I'm going to make this soil supercharged and show you guys what seeds are in the August Seed Bank Box and how I'm gonna plant them. They're all different. So watch till the end because I'm gonna do the unboxing in about 5 minutes. Before we start, please hit the like button right now for me. Subscribe to my Vegan Athlete YouTube channel and maybe add this video to your favorites or hit the bell down below and turn on your notifications, hit that bell. I got the August Seed Bank Box and I got the July Seed Bank Box here. I've also got this young coconut right here because I am thirsty and I need some hydration. I'm gonna drink this coconut right now. What? I thought I had a straw. How am I gonna drink this without a straw? I have an idea. Come on, join me over by my papaya trees. Here in the tropical section of my backyard food forest, I got the papaya trees behind me. I got my knife here. I buy these cheap $3 knives for my coconuts and I use the bottom part right here. I just hack it 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. Maybe 5 in this case. Pop that thing off. Keep the fiber in the shells as like a mulch for my garden down below. The cool thing about the young coconuts is that you can eat this like gelatinous meat off the. But if I drink this right now, it's gonna run all down the fiber on my face, on my clothes. I'm gonna go over to my papaya tree over here and just slice off a papaya leaf. And then I can cut off this bottom part right here, put the coconut down for a sec. And then, I don't smoke, but I will suck down a coconut through this biodegradable organic papaya straw. Now I'm ready to plant some seeds. Let's go. Alright, so my focus for today were these 3 beds. Got them all cleaned out, got the springtime 2017 crops out of there. In the process of cleaning them out, all the seeds that were on those dead plants drop into the soil, and this coming winter and fall, I'll have volunteer plants pop up in my garden everywhere. And it's a way I can grow free food, and really good food, because it's tolerant of my microclimate here in the yard. The seeds that I grow are better suited for my garden, so it's really important, if you guys are members of Seed Bank Box, to grow the seeds that are in the Seed Bank Box and then save those seeds and replant your own seeds year by year. Whenever you get a new cool variety from us at Seed Bank Box, save it when you grow it and put it in your seed library for the future. And as usual, there's a few really important things I do to the soil before I plant the seeds for my Seed Bank Box. Number one is I grab some new compost, and it's important to find locally made composts. No matter what that is in your city, find somebody local who's in your city that makes it in your town, because locally made compost will still be alive, teeming with microbes that'll feed your soil right away. You go to the big box stores and you buy the dust that's on the shelves, you're gonna have soil with nothing in it. So this was locally made in Phoenix. I also found some organic worm castings. I'd also recommend getting locally made worm castings. I went to jakemace.com, of course, and I got the rock dust, some azomite. We'll ship it right to you if you're in the US. And I use the rock dust minerals. No matter what brand you get, I use the azomite. But the rock dust is gonna add the minerals back to the soil, and it's gonna enable me to grow food that's more nutritious than any organic grocery store can ever carry on the shelves. Don't you guys think that a raised bed full of newly planted soil just looks so good? I think it's the sexiest thing. On top of this raised bed, it's very important to put the coconut pith or coconut core or coconut fiber. This is a substitute for peat moss because this is more renewable. So this is able to hold moisture, and I put a thin layer of about 1 or 2 inches on top of my raised beds, and I plant my seeds from Seed Bank Box directly in the cocoa fiber. I'm gonna cut right now to an earlier shot and show you guys the seeds that are in this current month's August Seed Bank Box. And believe me, you guys don't want to miss September Seed Bank Box. You only got a few days left. Today's the August 20 something, so you definitely want to sign up for Seed Bank Box right before the end of the month, because then you'll be getting your new box the first week or the second week of September. As usual, the Seed Bank Box is such a fun experience to get and open. I hope you guys are putting your current month here, writing it so that you guys can keep a nice library of Seed Bank Boxes. Please send me pictures of your Seed Bank Box tower and where you guys store it and how you keep it in your home. We're gonna open it up here, and it says let's dig in as usual, and the brown tissue paper to simulate compost. Let's open it up. When I first started gardening, I would plant seeds very mathematical and engineering-like. I'd put 1 seed per square foot or 1 seed per 2 square feet. I do it in rows because I just saw pictures of farmers doing that. But nowadays, I kind of do a more, I would say, Manhattan kind of melting pot style, where I just throw the seeds all together, and hopefully they are seeds that enjoy being together. And so for this raised bed today, I'm gonna put the purple hull cowpea in there. These guys look fantastic. And I always recommend, if you guys have any blank spots in your garden, spots that you don't know what to plant, spots that you're tired of planting, go get some peas or beans and just throw them in those open spots, because the beans will fix nitrogen in the roots, so that upcoming crops you grow in those raised beds will be healthier and stronger. The beans have the power to soak up that nitrogen from the atmosphere and put it in their roots. So when you guys are finished growing the beans or the peas, even if you didn't get a harvest, you can still just cut the plant off, leave the roots in the soil, let it biodegrade into there, and the next crop of tomatoes, peppers, basil, whatever, will be amazing because of those beans and peas. So you guys can see here how my raised bed is kind of a brown color on it. That's all that cocoa fiber, underneath of which has, I would say, about 2 feet of compost, worm castings, and rock dust. Look at my gardening hands. Oh my God, that is incredible. I'm a dirty boy. And what I want to do is I want to go in the Seed Bank Box and read you guys the message of the month. Every month a different mission statement that's supposed to motivate and inspire you to be the best gardener you can be. This one says, I want you to think about what 5 gardening skills do you have? What 5 skills do you have? In gardening, it's not enough to only have the ability to do one thing. You have to have multiple skills. My favorite skills are planting a fruit tree, building healthy soil in my raised bed gardens, grafting a fruit tree, creating incredible compost out of food scraps, and how to prune fruit trees for maximum fruit production, as well as mulch on the ground. Send me a message on my social media or email and let me know what your 5 gardening skills are. So right now down in the comments, I want you guys to comment, what are your 5 gardening skills you have or you're working on right now? What are the 5 gardening skills you're trying to become a master of? And this month in the August Seed Bank box, we have German chamomile. We have Knuckle Purple Hull Cowpea. I love beans and peas in my garden because they just help to make the soil so rich. The roots of those plants make the soil so rich. We have a Charentise melon, melon family, cantaloupe style of melon. We have the Florence fennel. I love growing fennel in my garden because it tastes like black licorice. It grows for multiple seasons, especially in Phoenix if you let it overwinter. And I found that the praying mantids and the ladybugs and the butterflies flock to my garden to live in the fennel. We got the long red slim cayenne pepper. Spicy. Always have at least 1 spicy pepper in your garden. Have about 100 sweet peppers and that 1 spicy one. We got the purple of Romagna artichoke. Artichoke's one of my favorites. They are so spiky and formidable, but the reward is so delicious. I love artichoke hearts so much. We got the Tabasco pepper, so you can choose. Do you want cayenne or Tabasco? The yellow crookneck squash. This is a really heavy producer, and you can feed the neighborhood with one of these plants. So a great addition to your garden if you're interested in how much food you can produce in your garden, which is what I'm interested in. And we're gonna go plant these seeds right now. Let's go. All right, guys, I'm gonna put the rest of the cowpeas in here. And as usual, just push them down a little bit right there. Probably the most important thing for successfully growing seeds, especially out of the Seed Bank box program, is how to water the seeds at first. The drip irrigation will not be watering these seeds until they're about 6-inch tall plants. I have to overhead water because they're delicate and they're small, and I have to water about twice a day to keep them wet. And then once the roots of the plants get big enough, they'll seek out the water on their own. So a little overhead gentle shower water until they're established, and then the irrigation, the timer, can do the rest. I'm gonna take the chamomile seeds here and just sprinkle them, and just sprinkle them gingerly at the top of the soil right here so that this whole front row is gonna be a beautiful row of chamomile. I know you can't see it, they're so small, but they're in there. I think that squash seeds and zucchini seeds should be on the dollar bill. They're like a national treasure because they grow so much food, and they're such an abundant source of food for your family, especially if you're growing in your front and backyard garden at home. So this is the yellow crookneck squash. We're gonna just take these guys, and the same as the cowpeas, put 2 every, I would say, 2 square feet, because they're pretty prolific and they tend to have a really high germination rate. So I usually am pretty successful just putting 2, and then I thin out the weaker one later when they grow. 1, 2. Let me save these 2 guys, drop them. And over here, 1, 2. And over here, 1, 2. Same thing for these guys. I'm gonna just push them down a little bit. Push them down a little bit. And right there. And that coconut core on top is a great idea because it's so light and fluffy. The plants have an easy time finding their way to the surface when they start to sprout out of the seeds. Go in there, little guys. I'm guarded here by my urban backyard orchard of fruit trees, and this raised bed is a little brown on top, looking good, planted full of chamomile, cowpeas, and crookneck squash. But over here, I got this beautiful caper plant that made it through the summer. It's flowering right now, caper flowers. Those look so pretty, like purple fireworks, beautiful. Thanks to Suzanne Velarde with VelardeGardens.com for turning me on to capers. And I've got this soil, freshly composted, worm casted, coconut cord, and rock dust, azomite rock dust that I got from JakeMace.com. And we're gonna put first off the artichokes in here. Actually, I'm gonna put this entire raised bed as artichokes because they grow pretty prolifically, and I want this whole bed to be artichokes with a little caper down below. Again, I apologize for my gardening hands as usual. The artichokes look like pine nuts. They also have a high germination rate. They tend to germinate pretty easily. So I'm gonna just put 2 per area. Now don't underestimate artichokes. Let's see if you guys can see that in there. 1 and 2. They're hard to see, but they're right there. Push them down about a 1/2 inch because you want to plant the seed about as deep as it is. So what I mean by that is, since this seed is very small, it's only going to go that deep under the soil. So whatever the diameter of the seed is, you're going to plant it the same diameter under the earth. Especially here because my soil is all light and fluffy. Don't underestimate these guys because they grow big. So give them lots of room to spread out. And artichokes tend to be the kind of plant that can survive for multiple seasons. So it's cool that you plant once and you get food for a few years. There's 3 there. 1, 2. Let's go underneath there, you guys. And 1, 2. Back here. Put 1 over there. And I've got a little bit of space here in the front of this bed. So we're gonna take the Florence fennel and we're gonna put this in this little gap right here. It will grow so much food. I just need to use this one little area of my garden right here. That's a lot of fennel seeds. You could just save these fennel seeds and grind them up and put them on some food for that black licoricey taste. So I'm only gonna use a couple and just do a little sprinkle right here. And a little sprinkle right there. Sprinkle. Perfect, we got fennel. All right, you guys, so here's the thing. I've got 3 seed bank boxes here, and I've been planting seeds all morning from the seed bank box. But maybe you're running into the same problem I'm running into where you don't have any more room in your garden to plant these seeds. That's a good problem to have, that's fantastic. You don't have to plant all the seeds. So some of these seeds, like this purple kohlrabi today, I'm gonna hold off 1 month and plant it in September because I think the weather in Phoenix will be a little cooler and more favorable to plant kohlrabi more successfully in September. This guy right here, the Siamese Dragon Stir-Fry Salad Greens Mix, I'm gonna hold off till October because that is when it's best in my area to plant this variety of seeds. In Phoenix, we can overwinter our greens and I grow the most epic salad green garden every winter. I also have some patio gardening videos coming out here at the Vegan Athlete channel coming up. So I'll be using these to go on my patio gardens, my patio tower gardens coming up from Greenstock Company. So listen, you guys do not have to plant all the seeds every month at that time. You can put them back in the seed bank box, close the tissue paper, or just throw it away, or what I do is I compost this paper. And then I just close the seed bank box. I'll tuck it in right here down below. I'll do it one-handed while I have the other hand holding the camera. And I'll take this guy, I'll write the month right there on it, or I'll write the month right there. This will be August seeds. And I'll put it in the corner in a dark, cool, dry place. Maybe even put it in the freezer if you want to. It's great to freeze your seeds, but a cool, dark, dry place in the corner somewhere where the dog's not gonna eat them, and make a little stack. August, September, October, November. And at some point in the future, as you guys are growing and as you guys are gardening in your front and backyard gardens, you're gonna wish you had the seeds that were in this seed bank box. So guys, save them. Saving seeds is one of the most powerful things we can do as humans, because when you're saving seeds, you're investing in your food, and healthy food that will not only feed your family nutrition and keep you guys away from the doctors and away from the hospitals as long as possible, but it will also save you money. Because when you're growing your own food in your front and your backyard, you're saving a buku amount of money compared to those who are going to the store. And the food you pull out of your garden, 10 times to 100 times more nutritious than the stuff you're buying in the store, especially if you're using the rock dust, the worm castings, the compost, and the coconut coir. I'm just prepping this 3rd raised bed and I'm going through here and pulling out carrots that are still good. The root of the carrot has survived. You think it's okay if I get a little bit of dirt in my mouth when I eat this carrot? That's amazing. That's the sweetest carrot ever. And when it's sweet like that, that's a human being describing the nutrient overload that's in the food. Guys, plant from seed. and grow your own, man. Hashtag grow food, not lawns. That's fantastic. All right, you guys, we have that raised bed planted. We have this raised bed planted, and I have this third final raised bed here for today. In this third garden, I have the West Indian gherkin from a previous month's seed bank box. I have the Desert King melon, which I've never grown before, but I'm gonna grow it right now in this box. And I've got the lemon balm, so I can blow the minds of all my friends who come over with how lemony an herb can taste. I've got these little itty bitty burr gherkins, West Indian gherkins here. I've got this trellis going up, and I'm gonna just throw the gherkins. Actually, I already did, off camera. I'm gonna throw the gherkin seeds right at the bottom, and then do a little bit of burying of them, and they will climb up this trellis. It'll be glorious. We got the Desert King melon here. Let's see how these babies look. Ooh, they look like watermelon seeds. I love that. Okay, so I'm gonna take 2 of these guys, because watermelons can grow like crazy. I'm gonna focus on the middle of this raised bed and put 2 right there. I'm gonna come back here and grab a couple more. I'm gonna do about 2 square feet apart and put 2 right there. I'm gonna grab a couple more here and go 2 more square feet apart and put 2 in the ground there. I'm really interested in this Desert King watermelon, so I'm gonna save these 2 seeds for next spring so I can grow these 2 in the summer next year in my seed bank box as storage, of course. And then just come on over and push them down in there. And find these guys and push them down in there. And these 2 puppies right here, come on my guys, go inside your home. Go to your home. I'll take the irrigation and stake it that we'll use once they've grown up a little bit bigger. And then I've got the lemon balm right here I'm gonna put in the front of this raised bed. So don't forget, I have the gherkins in the back, I have the Desert King melons in the middle, and I'm gonna have the lemon balm in the front, kind of like a garnish that hopefully will bring in all the beneficial bugs that will help to pollinate my gherkins and my melons. Look at these little lemon balm seeds. They're so cute. They're like little black soldiers, ready to grow as an army in my garden of peace and love and tranquility. So I'm gonna just do it this way. I'm gonna just kind of slowly sprinkle my hand down the row here and just make a whole row, be pretty liberal with these lemon balm seeds, and then just walk up and down with my palm and brush them in. Because they're so small, as long as they're a little bit under the soil, they're gonna germinate and grow amazing. All right, you guys, and now as usual, the most important part each month is watering the seeds in, because water is the catalyst. It's gonna make these puppies germinate and grow. Gentle water, simulating the rain. And when they get about 6 inches tall, I'll be letting my irrigation system of my 1/4-inch drip line on a timer, which is on zone 1 in my yard. Let it take over. And right now I'm just watering about 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon for my established plants. And for these new seeds, just enough to get the top 2 or 3 inches of soil wet. Nothing too crazy. I don't want to rot the seeds out, which is impossible to do in the Phoenix area. It's the desert. Then over to the second one. This is the seed bank box video of this month, but I'll be doing updates along the way to tell you guys other varieties of seeds I'm planting from the seed bank box when the weather's appropriate, because I sometimes will wait and plant certain seeds in the beginning of the month, certain seeds at the end, and then the ones I don't use at the current time I just store in the seed bank box in a cool, dark, dry place.